Testing, testing, testing. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Give me a thumbs up. Give me some type of comment if you can hear me now. I know it's a little bit delayed, so I'm going to keep it moving. I believe I fixed the audio issue, but I appreciate the heads up in the comment section. And to kind of recap on what I just said, I was basically saying, right now is one of the most wonderful times of the year. All right. It's a wonderful time of the year because it's my homecoming time. Morehouse College, I'm representing today. Hopefully we win the game. But it's also a wonderful time because if you're somebody who is a sports fanatic or if you pay attention to sports, then I want you to recognize and understand that baseball playoffs is happening right now. And somebody then snuck in the comment section. Get that out of here. But baseball section, baseball is happening right now, and in addition to baseball happening right now, you got football is in mid-season, and you got basketball season starting, right? And one of the things across the board, as sports are happening, you hear talking heads talking about sports. And one of the things that's common across the board that they're talking about is they're talking about accountability. They're talking about expectation. They're talking about comfort zone. They're talking about potential. And these are all things that you have with people who are hoping to seek and obtain success. And see, when you stay within your comfort zone, you find mediocrity. You find the same things that you've always, had before. You don't find success. You don't find your full potential. And some of the things that I realize is the talking heads are talking is that we have to raise the level of expectation of the people who are associated with us. As leaders, it's our job to stretch you. It's our job to push you. If you've ever worked with a personal trainer, it's the job of the personal trainer to push you to be the best you that you could be, but at the same time, recognize your limitations. You might have a shoulder injury. You might have, a difficulty with flexibility. You might have a stamina or a heart issue. So they still have to understand and learn how to stretch you, but at the same time, recognize what your limitations are. Not what you think your limitations are, but what your limitations truly are. So we're going to pivot and allow today to be everyone's turning point. Not to ask you, is today going to be your turning point, but we're going to tell you today, we're going to declare that today is your turning point. Because in order for you to be able to go out and recruit and expose people, you're going to have a fire underneath your butt. You're going to have an excitement that's in your soul. You're going to have goals and dreams and things that you desire. And as I'm going over trainings today, I want you guys, go ahead and do me a favor. List a goal that you have for this business. And I'm not talking about a fiscal goal. I don't want to talk about the money right now. I don't want to talk about the money today. What car do you want to buy? What house do you want to buy? What do you want to do for your mama or your daddy? What do you want to do for the kids or the grandkids? What is your goal? What is your dream? What is it that you want to accomplish? And I want you to put it in the comment section. Another thing moving forward, we need more participation. You guys, this isn't a dictatorship. It's not a ruler society. You guys, we're a team. And then we get on this live stream and we do this presentation. Yeah, I have a bigger role to do the presentation, but each and every one of you have a role as viewers as well. You have a role to be there. You have a role to comment, to let people know that you're there, because if you're just watching, it's great because repetition breeds duplication. And that's going to get like that fire in your soul by continuing to hear it more and more, especially as we encounter the negativities throughout the world. But now we got to assist. We got to give back to the company, give back to the live stream, and drop the comment, just like David Nunez does every single live stream. This is David from Austell. I can count on him like clockwork. But what that does is that gives the other people who are guests, they see man, that's David from Austell. They don't know who David is. They don't know what type of success David has, but they see that David from Austell is on. So if they got David from Austell, Catherine from St. Paul, Coach from St. Paul, Chris Jourdain, All Day Dre from Peru, wherever he is, jet setting across the world. If you got all these people checking in, then it creates an excitement and a fear of loss for the guests that are on. And when you begin inviting guests, you're going to want that just as much as anybody else. So we have to create a culture and an expectation of what we should be doing, so that this becomes a well-oiled machine as you're out and you're recruiting and you're exposing others, bringing them here. We're all helping you close the deal and get them excited about being a part of the Simple Wealth Blueprint. So what I was saying is, I use these resistance bands periodically. I got them in my office so that if I'm, working with clients, or if I'm doing something on the computer, I'm taking a moment and I'm getting a workout in, because one of my goals is, to lose some weight and build up my strength. I haven't seen any goals or any dreams pop up in the comment section as of yet. Come on, you guys. I want to have more participation in training. I don't want you guys to sit and rely in your comfort zone, sitting in bed. I'm not asking you to get on camera right now, but I'm saying I want to start connecting with you more. I want to start stretching you more, because just holding this resistance band like this, that doesn't do nothing for me. That doesn't help my muscles. That doesn't help my stamina. It barely burns any calories. But you see, when I start stretching this thing, now I start feeling it. I feel it in my biceps. I feel it in my chest. I feel it in different areas, and it's building that muscle. It's building that stamina. It's taking me outside of my comfort zone, because I'm not super strong, you guys. Even just doing it for these 30 seconds, it's starting to hurt. I'm out of my comfort zone. And some of you guys, you're just holding the resistance. You're just showing up to training. You're just showing up to the live stream just to show up, to say that you showed up, to see your name on the list, to show the picture of, put it on IG that you're doing workouts, but you're not really doing the workout. Guys, it's time for us to start getting it in. It's time for us to start doing it. So welcome to all the new champions that joined this week. We're excited to have you as a part of our prosperity community. And just know that you being a part of this prosperity community, we're going to stretch you, because you saw something when you saw that presentation. You saw yourself reaching goals. You saw yourself reaching dreams. You saw yourself accomplishing something. And if you aren't able to identify what that is, it's going to be very difficult for you to go out and do the work. See, one thing I want to show you, one thing I set up, is we've been talking about this all-star form, right? We've been talking about this all-star form, and I want to set the expectation that I'm going to start asking people for their all-star form. And I want you, as you begin building your team, to start asking your team for their all-star form. And leaders, you can make the decision if you want to do this with your group or not. But it's something that works, and it's put in place to identify what areas that need training, what areas need improvement. And you could do it with yourself. You start filling out this thing, you get halfway through the month. If you start recognizing that, man, I don't have enough people that I've exposed, I haven't recruited enough people, then you can start looking in the mirror. You can get with your sponsor, you can get with your upline and say, okay, well, what am I doing? What am I doing outside of just not doing the work that's not getting me the contacts? Because we're in the people business. I teach my kids, money only comes from one place, and that's other people. So you gotta be willing to go out and communicate and connect with other people to be able to expose them and get them into the business. And you have to go out with the heart and the mindset, not that, oh, this is a $30 check. This is one of my 3. You got to have the heart and the mindset that the gateway to your goals and dreams is by helping other people reach their goals and dreams. You got to go out with the heart and the mindset that if you help enough people get what they want, you'll eventually get what you want. That's the thought process that you want to have. So I want to share my screen with you for a moment because I want you to see, and we want to reconnect with this All-Star Forum. I don't know what is going on today, boy. We are getting some crazy comments. Are we being hoodwinked or bamboozled? But that's okay because I'm real nice with the block function. I'm gonna share my screen for a moment. Let's see. Oh, I got it right here. Share screen. All right, we're not even gonna do the PowerPoint. I want to share my direct screen. Primary display. There we go. So when you go to allstar.simplewealthblueprint.com, you go to allstar.simplewealthblueprint.com, it's going to bring up the All-Star form. All right. I got it in my Dropbox. So I wanted to bring it up this visual so that you understand. No, you don't have to have Dropbox. No, you don't have to sign up for Dropbox. No, you don't have to put it in your Dropbox. All you have to do is accept the cookies. Oh, I'm not. I'm clicking on the program that we're doing training in. My bad. Accept the cookies. And then in the top right-hand corner, there's that little X. It's kind of transparent. You may not realize that it's even there, but you click on the X. And then you can download, or if you have Dropbox, you can save a copy to your Dropbox. All right. So from there, you want to, I'm just going to show you again. If you go to allstar.blueprint.com, that brings up the form. Boom, it's just that simple. So download this form, you guys. Connect with this form, and let's start putting you in a position to where you can identify the limitations that you have for yourself and start helping your team identify the limitations that they have. So I'm going to tell you, I've learned from Mr. Jones that everything is a teaching moment. Everything is a moment that allows you to learn about who you're working with, or learn about yourself, or learn about what you're doing. Is it working? Is it not working? From people, you can learn what to do from people, but you can also learn what not to do from people. That's one of the things that I want you to get. But when you're out recruiting people, from the moment that you talk to them, you're also training them. From the moment that you talk to them, you're also connecting with them. So you're showing them what they're going to be doing when they connect and they talk to other people as well. So that's one of the things that you want to keep in mind. Every moment is a teachable moment. Like even right now, I've asked you to put a goal or a dream in the comment section. There's no goals and dreams in the comment section. So what is that teachable moment? That tells a few things. And I don't know for sure. I can't zero in for everybody, but I'll give you a list so that you understand moving forward how that works for you. Either you don't have a goal or a dream, which I don't think is the case because I know several of you personally. You're preoccupied doing something else. You just don't feel like following directions. You just don't feel like typing in your goals and dreams. Or technology glitch. Maybe you don't know how to do it on your device. But we have to get to a point to where we're all on the same spirit, same mind, and same tongue. We got to flow consistently so that we could create a movement that's going to be so dynamic and create vibrations not only throughout the home-based business industry, but throughout the world. So for those of you who missed when we were talking about the All-Star Forum, the All-Star Forum is an accountability form. Okay, it's a form for you to be able to identify what areas you need improvement on, whether it's recruiting and exposing people, whether it's setting appointments with the people that you do expose, or it's closing the deal with those people. All right, because every single day Every single day you have three priorities, and they're sequential. You have a priority every single day to show the plan. And if you don't have anybody to show the plan to, then you have a priority to set appointments with people to show them the plan. But if you don't have anybody to show the plan to, and if you don't have anybody to set appointments with to show the plan to, then you need to be out talking to people, recruiting people, exposing people so that you can set appointments with them to show them the plan. So one of my sayings that I teach is 2 people a day brings freedom my way. 2 people a day brings freedom my way. If you make a commitment to go out and connect with 2 new people, and when I say connect, that means you've piqued their interest. Okay, you've piqued their interest. Hey, if the money were right and it fit into your schedule, would you be open to taking a look at a strong business opportunity right away? Hey, I'm very excited about a business. You should take a look at it. Are you open? Whatever it is that you say, this within the realm of the outline or the skeleton script that we use and your personality, then you say that to pique their interest. And when they are in agreement, yes, I'm willing to awesome. I appreciate that, Mr. Jones. That's a big goal. Your Uncle Willie is an awesome guy. But and I want you guys to understand that when you do that, there has to be an agreement. Hey man, I'm excited about a business. Are you open to take a look at it? Nah, man, not right now. That's not one of your 2. That's not one of the 2 people that you consider 2 people a day brings freedom my way. But the person who says, yeah, what you got going on? Yeah, I'm open. Yeah, I'm looking for something. That's a connection. And that's one of the people that are your 2 people, and you mark that down on your accountability form. You mark that on your all-star form. And as you go throughout your month, we say there's 7 days in a week, right? There's 7 days in a week. Let's say you go hard 6, if 7, one of the days is your Sabbath, or one of the days that you reserve for family or spirituality, or whatever the case may be, we respect that. All right. So let's say, you go hard 6 days. Well, out of those 6 days of the week, you multiply that, and that's 24. So you got to do a little extra some days, because 24 times 2 equals 48. But you get the idea. Going hard every day, making a commitment. Consistency is your key. Consistency is your friend. You're going to talk to these people. And you see, then you're going to start setting appointments with these people. Don't try to set the appointments yourself. If you don't know how to set the appointments, that's okay. You're new. It's okay to be new. So many times new people come in and they want to be experts. They want to create the facade, and they want to create the illusion that they're already making $10,000 per month, that they're already successful in this business. And that's not what you want to do. That's actually a major no-no, because then people are going to expect to see the evidence. They're going to expect to see the results, and see, success leaves clues. And if you don't have the clues, if you don't have the evidence, then it's hard to keep up that facade. So you're going to start setting the appointments. And then your goal is to get them in the business. Now, at any point, so we're 22 days within the month. So at 22 days within the month, if we started this on October 1st, 22 days, that means 2 people a day. You should have 44 contacts. 44 contacts. Now you want to ask yourself, you want to be honest, okay? And I'm not asking you to put it in the comments, but I want you to have a moment of truth with yourself, because we're building $1 million opportunity right here. This is the gateway to change the dynamic for not only your generation, but your children and your children's generation. This is everything that you've been praying for, everything that you've been hoped for. It's accessible through this opportunity. And you have all that at your fingertips that you have access to. I want you to ask yourself, at any given month, have you connected with 44 people, even by the end of the month? That's what you want to ask yourself, that question. And if the answer is no, then don't beat yourself up. Don't be frustrated. Acknowledge it, then have a short-term memory, and then do something about it moving forward. That's the key to success. You got to acknowledge it and then have a short-term memory so that you can move forward to do something about it. A lot of people make the mistake of they don't acknowledge it. They just want to have the short-term memory. But see, without acknowledging it, the short-term memory causes you to repeat it. Because acknowledging it gives you the ability to learn from it and make the adjustments to do something about it moving forward. So you make the adjustment moving forward, and it allows you to do something about it. But from those 44 people, thank you, Catherine. That's an amazing goal, and we look forward to helping you accomplish it. But moving forward, out of those 44 people, you wonder where the 15 or the 16 comes from, right? Well, that's 15%, right? So you don't got to get creative and try to understand the math. Just do 15%. What's 15% of 44? That's 6.6. So you should have 6 or 7 appointments set out of those 44 people. So 22 days in, you look, you say, okay, if you don't have 44 people, then we need to look at why you aren't recruiting enough, why you're not exposing enough people. What is it in your heart that's stopping you? What's your limitation? Are you afraid? Are you busy? Do you not have enough time to create wealth? Because then we can start working with you on time management and show you different techniques and different ways to reach out and expose people with a busy schedule. We can maybe start showing you some gaps in some areas that you may not realize, that you may think that you're busy, but you're really not that busy. We may show you some things that you can temporarily invest so that you can reach your long-term success and be able to get to where you want to be. But if you do have the 44 contacts, but you don't have the 6 or 7 appointments, then we have to look at, okay, what's going on with your appointment setting? Where are you lacking in the area of appointment setting? What is it that's hindering you from setting the appointments to connect with the people? Because I tell you, I used to have that problem. I used to talk to anybody. And Mr. Jones will tell you, we be out, we be doing presentations. In between presentations, I'm out talking to people. But what Mr. Jones didn't know at the time was that I had a bad habit of not reaching out and connecting with all those people. I would still connect with people, but I wasn't connecting with the people all the people that I reached out to, that I exposed, that I recruited. Now you may think, oh, well, that's your loss, all right? You just don't get it. But at the same time, you have to look at the flip side. You may have robbed that person of their opportunity. You may have robbed that person of the opportunity to be on the training just like this and share what their goals and dreams are. You see, there's other people who are praying for opportunity. And God may be sending you to be an answer to their prayers through JMG Direct, but because you're disobedient, it causes a delay in their blessing. Because the blessing is always going to come, but your blessing through their blessing isn't going to be there because you weren't obedient. So that person may be a Paul Jones. And because they wanted to buy a house, they got into business with you. And you may not be as good as Paul Jones, but because he wanted to buy a house, because you sowed the seed and you exposed them to the business, you recruited them. Now his life has changed forever. Your life has changed because you shared the opportunity with him. And we could go on and on. It might be a Marquise Williams. It might be a William Lockett. It might be a coach. It might be a Chris Jourdain. Might be a Andre Willis. You never know who you're sharing the opportunity with. It's not your job to decide who you share the opportunity with. It's not your job to decide if the business is for them. It's your job to plant the seed. It's your job to expose, to recruit, to share the information. It's their job to decide if it's for them or not. So lastly, out of the 15, you want to sign up 5. You want to sign up 5, and you got to ask yourself, if your distributor list is 0, if your sign up list is 0, then there obviously has to be some adjustments made. A lot of times, when I'm coaching my children, they have special information sessions and tutoring sessions in the morning at school, and it's there to answer questions. It's to answer questions and assist the students with, whatever it is they don't understand, they don't know. And so sometimes my kids will be like, I don't have no questions. There's not nothing I don't know. And I tell them, well, if you don't have an A in the class, if you're not getting 90 to 100 on every test, then you got some questions. There's some things that you don't know. And that applies to us as we grow and we matriculate through this business. If you're not at that goal that's in your mind, even if you didn't post it like Mr. Jones and Catherine did, if you're not at that goal, if you're not getting results, if you're looking, because I know you're processing it right now as you're looking at the All-Star form, if you know that you don't hit those numbers as you matriculate through the month, if you don't have the appointments, if you don't have the signups, then there's something you don't know. And as you come to training every week, it's okay to ask questions because there's something you don't know. We have to allow ourselves to put the pride and the fear to the side and say, you know what? I'm going to get mine because I got goals. I got dreams. I deserve to know what life looks like when I'm able to accomplish these things. But see, it also takes the effort side of things. You got to give 120% effort. People are walking through life giving 20% effort, 30% effort, 50% effort, and wonder why they're not able to accomplish the things that they deserve, they desire, and they want. You got to give 120% effort, you guys. And some of you are saying, man, I'm busy. I got this going on. I got that going on. That's great. That's why it's so important for you to schedule for success. Because time is not ours to manage. There's no way for you to manage time. Only thing you can do is manage yourself within the time that you have. So when you schedule for success, you say, okay, well, after training from 12 to 2, I'm going to do my JMG Direct business. Well, from 12 to 2, you give 120% effort to your JMG Direct business. Now, after 2, you may recruit while you're out. You may send a text here and there. You may do some things for your business, but the time that you schedule is when you go hard and you give 120% effort. And the same goes for other things in your life, because how you do anything is how you do everything. When it's family time, give 120% effort to your family. Go hard and give them that quality time. Okay? When it's your job's time, respect their time. Give 120% effort. Get your work done. And once you get your work done, then you can do other things. But we have to get it in our heart to start becoming, have the character of somebody who gives 120, who schedules for success and then gives 120 in the time that we schedule. Because this is your opportunity. This is your shot. Eminem said it in Lose Yourself. If you had one shot, if you had one opportunity to capture everything that you ever wanted, would you go after it, or would you let it slip? Would you go after it, or would you let it slip? And you guys, I want you to really understand something right now. You guys are in at a pioneering time, and I don't think some of you guys really understand the power of that. You have so much favor. Some of us have direct access to Mr. Jones. And if we don't have direct access, if you do a little bit of work, you're in at a pioneering time to where you may get a phone call and have direct access. When JMG Direct becomes a $1 billion company, when we look back, we're going to look at the names of a select few people who are responsible for that. And you have the opportunity to be on that list. But that doesn't just mean, oh, you are on the list. That means your life is changed financially forever. That means that you are a part of something special, a part of thousands of people's lives being changed. So now's the time for us to go out. Now's the time for us to cast our net and really make a change. And all it takes is for us to say, you know what? I'm going to stop being the person that I've been for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. And I'm going to work on being better. I'm going to work on changing the dynamic and making some major changes in my life. And when you do that, I'm telling you, the outcome is going to be so huge, so dynamic that you're going to look back and say, man, I can't believe that I waited so long. You know, if you talk to any top money earner, people who've made 7 figures in this industry, then if you ask them, what would you do different? And Mr. Jones will even tell you the same thing. If you could go back and go back to the beginning and change anything, what would you do different? And most of the times they say, I would do it faster. I would do it faster. Success loves speed. And that's the thing I want you guys to understand, that if you could do it fast now, if you could not wait now, then why put yourself in a position to wait? Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Let's get it now, because we could create a movement. And I'm going to share this small clip with you about creating a movement, because I want you to understand, and the quality of the video isn't the greatest, but you can make out what is being done and what is being said. And I'm sure if anybody's ever been out to a picnic, a party, or anywhere, you know, a lot of times, you know, the reference is probably the electric slide or the Cupid shuffle or something like that. But I want you to understand how a movement is created. And then we want to go out and do the same thing. All right. So without further ado, let me share this with you.
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course,
So we've all seen the guy the crazy guy that's out been dancing.
But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial
There's a lot of people that want to go out there right now.
Everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. See, it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut, and it's not 2 nuts. 3 is a crowd, and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers, because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is overglorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be.
So what I want you guys to understand and get from that, we're all a group of the shirtless dancing guy. We're all together. We have support. But in our individual areas, in our individual networks, we're all the shirtless dancing guy. But some of you are sitting down with your shirt on because you're afraid to dance. See, we're all shirtless dancing guys following another shirtless dancing guy in Mr. Paul D. Jones. So being that first follower, you got to be willing to be the follower and not worry about it. Are you a secret agent? If I look at your Facebook, can I tell that you own a home-based business? Can I tell that you are looking for other people? See, there's adjustments and changes that you can make that will allow you to get the success that you want to get. The first step of going out recruiting others is you must first recruit yourself. So it's fourth quarter of 2022. And as I talked about at the beginning, there's baseball, there's football, and there's basketball going on right now. And even though baseball has innings, there's a final quarter or inning to all of them. And that's your last opportunity to make the adjustments to win in that game. You guys, just to share with you really quick before we go. We got a presentation this Tuesday. And you guys have been consistent getting on the presentation. I appreciate that. But now let's make the adjustment to consistently invite other people and get other people on. Some of you may be saying, I do invite other people. Well, if you understand the dynamics of numbers, if you're inviting one person, two persons, and you're not getting the results that you want to show up, then you may need to invite 3 persons, 4 persons, 5 persons, so that you can play the law of numbers and get somebody to show up. Also, we got the Paul D. Jones Show. Mr. Jones is on a mission to assist us with building our business, and he's consistently dropping nuggets during the show. He's consistently plugging James G. Direct, subconsciously, sometimes even directly. But the show is pure value, and it is blowing up. So you want to use it to your advantage. Sorry, I clicked the button too fast. But you want to use it to your advantage. You want to use the show. Just share it with people. That could be part of the value that you share on your social media. Because as you consistently share that value, people are going to ask, who's Mr. Paul D. Jones? Do you know this guy? What seems to be going on? You could go to his site, pauldjoneshow.com, and you could begin sharing. Share some of the old podcasts with people that you think it will resonate with. Send out the podcast on Wednesdays. Maybe people can't make it live. Use it as a tool to inspire people, because if you provide them with value, then they'll see you as the source of value. So when it comes to business, it won't be different when you're talking to them about business. One of the links that I made to make it simple for you guys as we're out exposing people to the live show, primary display, let's go back. I put Paul D. Jones Show .simplewealthblueprint.com. All right. So you can always send them to the live show with that link. And eventually there'll be another link that brands Mr. Jones's URL so that they can know there's a whole ton of value at the site. But I want you guys, I want to take away all of your excuses. I want to take away all your excuses, and at the end of the day, leave you looking in the mirror to say, you know what? I just made the decision not to do it. At the end of the day, I had everything at my fingertips. I had the leadership, I had the tools, I had the systems, I had the training, I had everything that I needed. But at the end of the day, I just didn't do it. And I practice that when it comes to recruiting. When it comes to exposing people and sharing people, I give all the value. I do that, my best to do that in the presentation. So at the end of the day, a person can only say, I don't want to do it. Because the business is proven, the leadership is proven, the opportunity is proven. The trends, credit is proven. Online e-commerce is proven. We take away all the excuses. So at the end of the day, all somebody can say is, I don't want to do it. And we respect that. Because one thing Mr. Jones always teaches is you want to know or you want to know. You want to NO, which we respect your no, that's cool. Move on to the next person. Or you want to know, KNOW, that you're interested and you're ready to go. So you guys, today is your turning point. I declare it, I decree it, and if you're in agreement with me, let's move forward this week and not focus on Halloween costumes, not focus on Halloween decorations, not focus on things that are not going to get you closer to your goals and dreams, but focus on your $1 million business and partnering with your 3 people and gathering your 2 My Credit is Better customers. Because guess what? If you get your 3 people, it gets your 2 customers. Now you're just supporting them. And it's a lot simpler to support, right? I'm not saying stand back and don't do anything, but now you can continue doing the things that you temporarily invested because you're supporting them. And that's one more thing I want to highlight real quick that I forgot to mention on this All-Star Forum that we got. Let me go back to sharing my screen. These 5 people don't have to be direct signups. As you're assisting your team in building, if Dre gets me on the phone with somebody and I help Dre sign up somebody, then that's a sign up on my team. And that's a sign up on Dre's team. But if Dre closed the deal and he got the contact, he recruited the person, he set the appointment, got the sign up all by himself, then I don't come in on the back end like, yeah, I got a person on my team. No, that wasn't a part of my efforts. I didn't assist in that score, in that transaction. So I got to go either get a sign up on my own or assist somebody else with getting a sign up on the team. So go forth and prosper. You guys always remember, you're the best investment that you got, and you're born to win. But you got to make the decision, because everything starts with a decision. All success starts with a decision. Make the decision that you're going to play to win right now, and embrace the fact that you are already a champion. I look forward to this being the biggest week in James U Direct history. I got a brand new presentation I'm sharing on Tuesday. So let's pack the house, because it's going to be special. I got your back. I see you at the top, and I see you at the bank. Peace.